What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Recoil and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Infinite Warfare and a recent update to the game, because if you play it, you might notice this right away. You might come into lobbies where everybody's using this, and it's just something that if you try it yourself, it's gonna rip up your opponents for you. We're gonna be talking about the recent buff to the Type 2 within Infinite Warfare in this one, and what it really means for the meta and the gameplay experience overall of Infinite Warfare as a whole right now. So that said, as of yesterday, once again, we did get an update later on in the evening. It was something that is still relatively fresh and relatively new as of right now. There's a bunch of stuff detailed within it, and I'll leave the full patch notes down there in the description below for you guys to check out. But a huge portion of this update, this playlist update to Infinite Warfare, was the fact that a lot of weapons got buffs and nerfs. Now, some of these you might notice more than others, but the biggest one probably, and the one making the biggest buzz in the community, is the Type 2, more specifically the assault rifle mode of it. So this is something that on paper, it doesn't look too major, but it's something that you have to get your hands on and actually feel out for yourself to really notice the difference in the weapon. So on paper, it says that the Type 2 AR mode had a slight increase to the fire rate and a decrease in the ADS recoil. Now, additionally, the Type 2 in its akimbo mode had an increase to the hip fire spread, so that's a slight nerf on that sense because it makes the bullet spread a little bit wider if you're shooting akimbo. But as for the AR mode, it might not seem like much, but an increase in the fire rate almost always helps a weapon, especially when you take into consideration that the Type 2 was already a decently firing assault rifle as is. It's something that was pretty decent in terms of the fire rate. It wasn't the fastest, but it also wasn't the slowest, but the Type 2 got a slight increase to that fire speed, so more bullets in a more timely fashion. So if you hit those shots, it's definitely gonna help that accumulated damage increase at a faster rate. But perhaps one of the biggest things here with this change up is the decrease in the recoil. Now, if you guys have played around with the Type 2 at all, you know the Type 2 is pretty steady and easy to control even without this slight update. But with this now, it is a laser shooter. And honestly, it's almost comparable to things like the NV4, something that has almost zero recoil as is. So when you add in that higher and faster fire rate and then also decrease the recoil, that little balancing act the weapon plays with its weapon properties kind of gets a little bit skewed, and it's a little bit tilted towards one side, and that being the side of pretty OP. As for the meta, is this something that is going to completely overtake the NV4 as maybe the go-to weapon? I personally don't think so. Right now, it definitely has the aesthetic of being super powerful, and I've played a few games today, and I definitely noticed that a ton of people were using the Type 2. Like, it's already pretty known out there in the common community with this, so you're more than likely going to run into it as well. But as for this actually lasting, I'm assuming that it might end up getting a slight reduction once again, bring it down slightly, but I also don't think that it's going to replace the NV4 as the go-to weapon, simply because the NV4 is that base weapon that everybody goes to. The Type 2 actually takes a little bit of time to unlock, but the NV4 is always gonna be there, and rumor has it that a lot of the pro guys are not on board with this as well. They're trying to get this out of CWL Dallas in this next week, so maybe we'll see this happen. I don't know what this will do for the rest of the gameplay experience, but as for the common meta, definitely take advantage of this while it is still a very viable option and very viable weapon. So that's gonna wrap it up. I wanna let you guys know about this because this is something that totally got not messed up, but completely reworked a little bit. And even though it's just a slight change to some of these properties, the weapon itself is fantastic now. It's definitely a beast and something that you can totally use to your advantage. And honestly, if you are using this, I don't even think you need to go into the akimbo mode. That was something that got a full-blown nerf, but the AR definitely got some nice buff to it. So use the AR for what it's worth. As you'll see in the gameplay, it helped me out tremendously in this gameplay, and I think that it worked out tremendously for me. But all in all, it's something you need to get your hands on to get a feel for yourself. But that's gonna wrap it up. Leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this weapon? Do you guys think it's a little bit overpowered? Do you guys think it's a little bit on the fence and where it should be? Whatever it may be, leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy the video though, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Master, Black Ops 3, COD 2017, all that good stuff. And if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me here outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below if you guys want to toss a follow. And finally, if you guys want to check out either of the two videos on screen right now, one will take you to a little debunking video that I did yesterday on some rumored DLC 5 information and images from Black Ops 3, and one will take you to an awesome little surprise I got from my friends over at Infinity Ward. So if either of those interest you, check the annotations out on screen right now. But as for that, I'll see you guys later. My name's been Recoil. Take care and peace.